Welcome back to another Jay's Collect video, and today I am reviewing Marvel Legends Iron Patriot from Avengers Endgame Wave 3. So we're picking up this wave. I reviewed Iron Man Mark 85 a couple weeks back, and Cap, I think, all the way back early on in the year, if not end of last year. But yeah, I thought we'd just pick this wave back up. So without further ado, let's take a look at the package. Taking a look at the package, you got the Build-A-Figure Thor title up there. So this is the Bro Thor Build-A-Figure, so you have that. You got Iron Patriot in the middle. You got the Legends logo on top. It says Avengers Endgame on the bottom, and the Iron Patriot title right there. You got a shot of the Iron Patriot on the side there. Turning to the back, we got another shot of him with the bio and all the different characters in this wave. All MCU, love that. You got a shot of the Thor Build-A-Figure somewhere on the bottom there. Another shot of the box art right there. And now we're back at the front. So without further ado, let's take a look to see how he's packaged within the plastic tray. Alright, so he's a heavy guy here. We got the top tray, 2019 packaging. And on the back here, we got a second tray holding his cannons and, I guess, weapons and whatnot. So we'll take a look at those in a few moments. And here we have Iron Patriot inside the tray. Again, you have Thor's head, two of them actually, in there. And so yeah, there may be something else, but there may not be. I'll know once I open him. So without further ado, let's take a look at those accessories. Okay, so first up for accessories here, we have this giant cannon right here that's going to port into the back of him. You got some silver in the middle of it right there. It's also mirrored on this side right here. You got blue for the back of this cannon piece. And again, you're going to port it into the back in one moment. And we have the red little tips right there. Just kind of like the other cannons I believe we have with the other War Machine. And we do get two of them, one for each side. So we're going to try to do this whole segment without cutting the camera. Again, you got silver in the middle right there, and same on this side. Blue for the back of the cannon piece, and then red at the tips of the barrel, I believe, once more. And then we also have these other two accessories here, where this also ports in the back, kind of up above his shoulders, or it's going to sit above his shoulders. I'm not quite sure what this is. It could be another cannon of some sort. But you have some silver paint detailing in the middle of it right there. Hopefully it's in shot. I can't really see it. There it is. But yeah, you have some silver in the middle and the rest of it's blue. And then we also have this one right here, which again, there's some silver in the middle right there. And then just blue for the rest of the accessory. So yeah, these weren't really in the movie. And actually, speaking of Iron Patriot from the movie, let's take a look at him, just kind of zoomed out, and just kind of talk about him for a few moments. Okay, so there are some bits and pieces of this design that's, I think, in the movie, but some parts of it aren't, like the two little side things here I showed a few moments ago. So yeah, this was also based on concept art as well, which the other War Machine was based on concept art. But let me know in the comments below, because again, he does switch out of the Mark 6 suit into the Iron Patriot suit, but again, this suit's supposed to be based off that final battle, but there's maybe some inaccuracies when it came to the design for the finished product. But with that all down, let's take a look, because I think he's still a pretty cool figure. Taking a look at the head sculpt here, you got some silver for the main faceplate with some red eyes right there. And then you got some silver, I think, just kind of throughout the head here, especially on the back. There's some red on the side of the head here, I believe. There's some blue, I think, as well. Taking a look at this side. Once again, it's kind of mirrored to the other side. But, yeah. Again, it's just the normal kind of Iron Man or War Machine head sculpt right there. And again, because of how bulky he is, there's not going to be much articulation, but we'll take a look at that in one moment. Taking a look at the body here. So on the shoulder pads here, so these are shoulder pads, that I do know. But on the shoulder pads here, it's you have this Air Force logo or military logo on this shoulder pad, but on this one it says FF2718. And so again, I'm not quite sure if that's from the movie and what that stands for, but that's on the shoulder pads right there. Taking a look, I guess, at the body of Iron Patriot, you got the red arc reactor in the middle right there, and then the upper torso is blue, and then on the bottom half of the torso you get more of that blue base with some silver and red line detailing just kind of throughout the body there. Taking a look at the arm, it's actually kind of like a pattern when it comes to the paint details. So on top we have blue for the shoulder pad, you have red in the middle right there, and then for the lower half of the arm here, you got some blue with some silver on the sides here, and then silver, sorry for light glare, some silver on the sides, and silver on this little gun design right here, which I actually do like how that turned out. And then you have red for the fist right there. So it's kind of like a little color pattern, and it's going to be the same on this side as well. So you're going to start off with blue for the shoulder pad right there, and then red in the middle, some blue on the bottom, kind of part of the arm, some more of that silver on the side, and the silver gun, and then red for the hand, which once again, just kind of like War Machine, they did not paint the repulsor in there. I kind of wish they did, given they molded the repulsor for this hand, but that's that. So you have that. Taking a look at the back before we move on to the legs, it's basically all blue. You can see some of those holes where we'll put in some of War Machine's accessories. You got some silver little details on the back there. But that's pretty much it for the paint details on the back. Taking a look at the legs here. So starting off here, we got some blue for the upper part of the legs there. And got some blue on the sides here for these leg design pieces right here. I'm not quite sure what those are as well. Same right here. And then for these pieces, there are some little red dots in the middle of those right there. So you have that. And then moving on for the rest of the legs, you got some silver knee pads right there. And you got some red on the side of the leg. I gotta find it. I think it's right here. Some red, and then also transition to red on the back of the leg right there. And then the boot here, or yeah, the foot, yeah, the rest of the boot portion of the leg is blue with some red at the front of the feet right here. And then same here as well on the side. And then also, once again, you got some red on the side of the leg right here, I believe. That transitions to the back of the leg as well. So yeah, that's a look at all the details on this Iron Patriot. Whether it's based on concept art or not, I actually still like how it turned out. I do like the cool guns on this arm, if I'm honest. But yeah, let's take a look at articulation. We'll take a look at those accessories on it and my final thoughts. Taking a look at articulation, you can turn the head around side to side. I don't want to force it, but it doesn't really go 360 degrees. He can look down that far, so not a lot, and then look up that far, so again, not a lot. He can turn at the arm 360 degrees like so. You can pull the arm out that far, and then he can bend the elbow, but that's as far as it'll go, I guess, given the bulkiness of it. He can turn at the hand like so. He doesn't have, yes he does, never mind. He has wrist articulation right there, and you can turn the arm, you actually can't turn the arm all the way around like some of the others, but you have that. And then it should be mirrored for this arm right here, so you should be able to turn around 360 degrees like so, pull it out like so, bend the elbow in like that, turn at the hand, and then you have some wrist articulation just like the other arm inside over there. Let's see if I can bend it. There we go. Now it's bend. So you have that. And then taking a look at the waist articulation, you can turn around 360 degrees like so. Although it doesn't feel like it does. Oh, it gets kind of stuck on these little knob pieces back here. So do be careful if you do that. Actually, maybe you only go side to side. So maybe you can't turn them all the way around. Okay, so never mind. You can't turn them all the way around. So you have that. He can bend that far with the ab crunch and bend that far back. And then he doesn't, yeah, he does, never mind. He does go side to side just a little bit. He can bend or pull the leg up that far. Bend the knee in like so. He can bend at the foot. And then no side to side motion there. Same with this leg. Kick up that far. Bend at the knee joint. And then bend at the foot like so. And then he can do splits like so. So yeah. That's a look at articulation. Let's take a look at a pose and my final thoughts. Well, there you go. That's my review of Marvel Legends Iron Patriot from the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 line. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Personally, I think it kind of looks a bit messy up there with all these attachments here. With these guns or shoulder pads or whatever they are with the giant cannons. Again, I do actually like these rockets or these guns on the side of his arm there. But yeah, I just think it looks a little bit too messy up there in my opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So with that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all next one. Take care.